Alright, so before this episode and video starts entirely, we were streaming, recording, and running the server, and playing Minecraft all on the same computer, so my recording was only in 720p, so I apologize for that. That's only going to be in the first two clips here when we're doing the streaming at the same time. But yeah, I want to get that out of the way, so that's why it looks a little bit worse than the 1080, so apologize for that, but yeah, let's get back to the video. Alright, so we're streaming right now, the World Eater, and we're launching it for this episode. You can see them in the chat right there. We got Smoka, we got Zeno hanging out, and yeah, a couple other people. We got Mindo as well. So yeah, a couple issues with the World Eater, mainly my fault with the, I put an extra slime block up there. But yeah, it's going quite well. I think it's our fourth launch, and yeah. Hopefully, it's all going to go good this time. I'll wait for the sweepers to return, and then we can launch it again, get rid of this redstone block, and then we should be able good to go if we get a good push down, like we have. Yep. Alright. Looks good. So yeah, so what we're doing for this episode, we're going to be doing the World Eater, running that, and we're happy try to stream the whole thing. So if you do want to, game. So yeah, if you do want to, stop by and see some things, they are huge YouTube spoilers, but some people obviously don't mind. But yeah, it's fun to hang out. Definitely a lot different than just streaming. But yeah, so we're trying to get this down as quick as we can, and hopefully we can get it all done today, which would be good. So we can do some also other things that we're not going to disclose yet, but some people in chat know what we're going to do with the perimeter here. But yeah, so we're going to try to get this done, see how fast it goes. We're not going to do a time lapse because obviously we're streaming, so it's not going to be good. And last time I tried to do a time lapse, the replay file wasn't very good. So yeah. So yeah, see how far we can get this done, and we'll come back in a little bit, hopefully at the bottom of the nether, which would be quite cool if we do. Alright, so it is done, as you can see. A few hiccups along the way. We had a couple issues at the start. I had an extra slime block, so that's my fault. In the machine over here, we had an extra slime block on the back, which caused the whole thing to pretty much stop working after the first run. But yeah, so it's completely done. All the way down the bedrock, across the whole perimeter. And yeah. So, what's next? Well, first we gotta tear down the World Eater, which we're gonna do soon. I might do that on time lapse, I'm not sure. We'll have to see. But yeah, so this has got to be done. All gutted. Only thing we'll probably keep is the pistons and observers. Everything else will probably get gutted and thrown away. Whatever we collect, and we did finish on 428 ancient debris, which is pretty much the normal. So it's about 1.5 per chunk, and we pretty much got that because it's a 17 by 17 chunk area, probably about 18 by 17 if I had to guess. Do like rough estimates. So yeah, really done. It was a 7.5 hour stream about. So appreciate all the people hanging out in there. And people that stay through the whole thing, appreciate the hanging out because it was a long journey. But yeah, all the way done. Decoration will be the next episode. We're going to be working on some other things in this episode. Still in this perimeter, of course. Going to try to get as much done as we can. So we're probably going to floss the bedrock up top as well as the bottom here. And then we got some other things planned. So yeah, we're going to go do that. Prepare for that, and I'm gonna do something a little bit different than I would usually do for this farm. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, with the success of the World Eater, we are going to do some bedrock breaking, and this is something that I think I've never done before, such a large scale. We've only ever done those like 4x4 areas max. That's all manual. This will all be automatic. So all we have to do for each layer of the bedrock we want to break, there's 5 layers in total, Okay, so we just need to place in a piston for each bedrock that we need to break. And a slab on top of that. So that's all we got to do. And yeah, this simple machine here, only about 780 blocks total, besides the pistons and slabs that we need to do for the flying machines and things. So yeah, could be using this thing. Hopefully it goes well in the test download world where that I got it from. It worked in there, so hopefully it'll work here. So yes, we'll have to build this machine 5 times minimum, but for the amount of bedrock we're breaking isn't too much. So we're at the center of perimeter marked, indicated by those 4 redstone blocks. And then yeah, so this is the area we need to break here. We're breaking this size because it is the smallest or the biggest area that we can have to send all the mobs from these portals to one overworld portal. So if we have it any bigger, we've got to do multiple portals in the overworld for the killing chambers. So to keep it this size, we can keep everything in one kill chamber, which make collection and everything a whole lot easier. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Now, why are we moving this bedrock up here? Well, as of 113 and above, or 114, one of the two, transparent blocks now also raise the height map. So if we don't get rid of these blocks here, our height map would stay at Y128, thus lowering our rates for our farm, because it still has to check these blocks for if they're spawnable or not. So if we wanted to do it, get complete perfect spawning conditions, we can clear the whole bedrock roof, but that is a lot of pistons. Don't really need to do that. All we need to really do is over the farm. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do with this machine here. Definitely links in the description to the original creator or the video where I found it from. So yeah, we're going to build this up. Probably get a time lapse of at least 1 layer. Alright, so I messed up for the bedrock begin. The bedrock begin went perfectly smooth. Nothing wrong there, but I completely underestimated how much bedrock I need to clear for just the last layer to have clearance for the machine itself. So yeah, going from that basically 48 by 48 area we had, we need to clear like almost the size of the perimeter for the first layer, but we're not doing across the whole length of the perimeter. That's not going to happen. It's going to look weird from the top, but we need to get it done. We don't have to get it done. We're going to get it done. So yeah, temporarily, as you can see up there, we have 2 more cobble gens, the 120k each, so about 250,000 cobblestone. And if we did want to put more, we could turn that one on, but there's no reason to, because I've kept running this for a very long time, and we have pretty much a lot of the cobblestone we'll need, considering if we craft all these pistons. So I do have the AutoCrafting thing on the server, but I don't think it's going to be worth it, because I can pretty much craft them faster manually than like doing an AutoCrafter. So if I do the AutoCrafters, I'm going to have to do probably about 8 of them, and then have to then resupply them, which I think won't go too well. With the redstone and iron, that'll be the easy part, but getting all the cobblestone and all the wood would be a bit more difficult to get to refilled and everything like that. So I think overall we're just going to manually craft the pistons, which I know seems like kind of a waste to have the auto crafting thing, but I feel like right now it's not worth the time. Maybe I find a design before I start crafting here that's like pretty decently fast, that I don't have to manually craft 250,000 pistons about, but we'll see. Well, let's go see the area that we need to clear out now for just the first layer. It does get smaller after every layer, but the first layer is the most amount of bedrock that you need to break. So that's not, the easiest to start out with, but it's the one you have to start with. So I mean, yeah, this machine worked perfectly fine, as you can see. Nothing went wrong besides me not having cobblestone slabs above the first time. So that was the only issue with that. But yeah, so this blue slime area is the area that we need to clear out on the last layer. This is our 2x2 chunk area. So this is the area we need to clear out for the last layer. And as you can see based on the slime and honey, so each honey block is one layer. So from there to here is the top layer. So basically from here, this honey block, to that honey block is the area we need to clear for the first layer. So I'll start pretty much back where this one started, and then all the way to where this ends right here. That'll be the clearance we need to do for the first one. That's pretty much the length of the perimeter, and like 48 blocks long. Probably about 64 come from there to there. So yeah, it's a lot. And then pretty much all I gotta do is just line up that honey block, where from here, that little middle section to this middle section is the area we need to clear out for the second layer up, like for this layer right here. So pretty much there's 5 layers of bedrock, and we need to clear all 5 of them to get to the bottom in the area we need to clear. But so pretty much this machine needs to have clearance on each layer, or else we can't break the next layer of bedrock. So it's like, I don't know. It's still a good machine, don't get me wrong. It's not hard to build at all, but the clearance issue is going to be a pain, since I pretty much just wasted about 2.5 stroke rows of pistons here. I'm gonna have to replace the pistons there anyway, just so I don't break the machine. So yeah, it's kind of a pain, but so yeah, pretty much this like each 2 honey blocks correspond to 1 layer. So that's the top layer, second layer, third layer, fourth layer, and then into those 2 is the fifth layer.
I've been watching you with dark eyes every night, counting up your sins. I keep a list and checking it twice. I know where you've been, I smell the sin, and you're looking nice. You can't bury me. You don't love a night. I'm still broken in the gutter. It's just me on my side, but I leave you with the shudder. I got goals you don't wanna know. I got goals you don't wanna grow. Trying to forget, I'm in your head, shatter up your spine. Try not to choke, a funny joke when you say you're mine. Lost your control, think you're alone, I'm still in your mind. You can't bury me. You don't love a night. I'm still broken in the gutter. It's just me on my side, but I leave you with the shudder.
Alright, so we have been at it. We did a little bit of a stream. Just got done with that. We placed all the pistons in and all the slabs. So that's all. That was all done. Didn't take too long. Pistons took about an hour and 15 minutes about. And the slabs about the same amount of time, maybe a little bit less. But yeah, as you can see, we are currently running the machine and breaking bedrock across the full length, basically. So this is to give us clearance for the machines as they go down. So yeah, it's working perfectly fine. We've crafted a lot of pistons so far. Crafted 81,000. This area up here that's you see that was fully covered. So from here to there is only 10 shulkers of pistons. So it's not too bad. Oh, as I say that, I see something gone wrong here. I think that lag spike may have caused an issue there, but at least I was here to fix that before it got broke the machine. But yeah, it looks good. Besides that, don't know what that was, but yeah, it's working for right now. We have a backup before we launch the machine, so it won't be too bad if we do lose progress. But I just wanted to place the pistons again. That was the hardest part, and the longest part was placing the pistons in place. But yeah, as you can see, it's working. This will take about another 4 hours to completely go across the whole length here. And then, but look, at least it'll get smaller and smaller as we go down. So each layer will then technically take less time, which is good. But yeah, gonna have to AFK this more. We're not gonna do another time lapse. That'll just be a huge file. We already had the first time lapse at the small area. But yeah, that's what we're doing for the rest of the episode here. It's gonna be breaking more bedrock. We'll probably do a clip every layer, just so we can see the progress that's being done, and you can see it eventually start to go down and down and down. And it won't be all one layer here. It'll be like multiple levels. It'll be 5 levels, and then it'll be straight through to the perimeter. But yeah, a little bit of editing here, and then we can see the full thing once it's done. So yeah, let's get back to watching the machine do its thing. Alright, layer 2 is commencing, and as you can see, there is some spots that are basically already through, but yeah, there are a bunch from the first layer that go all the way down, but we will see a lot more probably in this next layer, since that tends to be like the average is about 2 to 3 bedrock. But yeah, you can see we already have so many ones that can go pretty much all the way through, and that will make building the next layers a bit more difficult, but yeah, even more pistons placed and everything. So yeah, still a huge grind right now. It's getting less and less as we go down though, so that's the only good thing right now. So we're keeping our head down. This will take probably, the last one took about 6 hours. It'll probably take about 5-ish, 5.5 probably, maybe. It's a little bit less on both sides, but it's like almost the same length. We only cut off like 6 blocks here. It goes the same length over there to see how far it can go. Hopefully it can go the same length as here. That would give us more clearance, but if it doesn't, then it's not a big deal, because I mean, I think we should be able to get to here, because the machine is also like a block above, so that should go right over that if there is an issue. So we don't run into an issue until we're back here. But yeah, we'll see. More AFKing to do while this goes. And yeah, maybe try to get another stream in tomorrow as of recording this, and get the next layer done. But yeah, will come with time. We have 15 shulkers left of pistons, and about a little bit less of like 8 of slabs that we can craft more. Cobblestone isn't an issue to get. Mainly the pistons that take a while to craft. But yeah, let's get to the AFK and maybe to more streaming. Alright, launching the last and final bedrock breaking right here. And yeah, about 75,000 bedrock has been broken. I definitely did overestimate how much bedrock. But yeah, you can see the finished product here. Obviously, it's going to take down the machines and everything, but they have done their work. And yeah, the last bedrock I got to break is right here. That's going across right now. And we'll go down at the bottom and see everything in its glory. But yeah, this looks quite ridiculous. Show the checkerboard pattern too on the edges there. It's all just spread out randomly. Obviously, it will look better once we get rid of all the netherrack here in the roof, which will be part of the next episode and we do the decoration. But for now, we're just breaking the bedrock. So yeah, we're done. All the bedrock has been broken. You can head down to the bottom and look up and see it from there. But yeah, that looks crazy. All that bedrock broken from pistons. Yeah, that's insane. But yeah, a lot of hours have gone into this. We did have a ancient debris thing now that we can see that from a mile away. So yeah, there's also one up there I never even noticed, but we'll probably look at that later. But it's not really needed. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode. Make sure you like, subscribe, all those sorts of things, and I'll see you in the next one for the decoration.